I, Roberta McCoy, given faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
Okay, so this is wrong on so many levels. I do not think I even have the time to go through each level of how wrong this is. Now, before somebody comments saying, oh, this was a specific tithe or a specific donation, and this line that people were on was for people who specifically donated $2,000 and she didn't donate $2,000, therefore she shouldn't have been on the line anyway, and that's why he called her out, blah, 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 get him out of here. If your church puts people in line to announce how much they are giving, you're in the wrong church. The pastor should not even know who gives what. In my church, my pastor wouldn't know if you gave $1 million or you gave 2 pennies. He would not know because the treasurer does not allow the pastor or the other pastors to know who gives what. This is structured this way so that way no favoritism is shown. You best believe that there is favoritism shown in a church where the pastor is making people line up to announce what they are donating. Second, if you notice, she says that she is donating this money in order to receive a specific blessing. This is a red flag. You do not donate in order to receive a blessing. Donating is the blessing. You actually are the blessing because you are taking what God has given you and you are giving it back to his people and giving it back to the local church. So that way they should do the right thing with it. Now, I can probably infer that this church is not going to do the right thing with it, but I digress. Thirdly, and definitely not the last thing, you have to think about what impression this is giving to that young boy that is with this woman. I don't know if this is his grandma or if this is his mother. I have no idea. But he most likely looks up to this pastor and he most likely knows how much his grandma did in order to come up with that $1,200 and was probably proud and at the same time disappointed that she couldn't come up with the whole $2,000, but they were going to donate together what they gave. And instead of the pastor being like, wow, you didn't have the whole thing and you donated what you could, praise God. Thank you so much for stretching yourself financially and giving what you could even though you don't have the whole amount. No, that's not what happened. Instead, this young man witnessed his grandmother getting embarrassed in front of the whole entire church by the person who is running the church. What kind of lasting impression about the Christian faith do you think this is putting on that young man? You want to create atheists? This is how. Finally, in Paul's letters to Titus and Timothy, you find the qualifications of an elder and of a pastor, of the leadership of a church, and how somebody who is leading a church is supposed to act. And you know what you find in there? He must not be greedy for gain. That is one of the qualifications required for you to be a leader in the church. If you are willing to embarrass your congregants for not coming up with the specific blessing amount and scold them in front of the rest of the congregation, you have disqualified yourself from leadership. Get them out of here.